excuses, excuses. How am I supposed to trust you when all you give me are excuses? When are you two gonna learn that your actions have consequences? Consequences that affect other people, like me.
Hey there, how you doing? Fearful Ocean here. So, I am making this video because I had a falling out with Mantis. So basically what happened was me and him were playing on this server, and he got mad at me because I added 3 mods to the server, a server that I'm paying for currently. And it's not even that. I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's just he keeps ghosting me while we're playing the game because life is happening pretty hard. You know, you'd think somebody that I would talk to generally every day would be, you know, we at least have enough, you know, to say, hey, how you doing or whatnot. So last night when I was playing, it's like 1 a.m., I decided to add 3 mods. One of the mods was completely useless, but there's a shoot yourself option, a self-delete, if you will. So you don't have to wait on the slow, arduous task of turning. And the other one I added was skill books to combat abilities, which I thought, okay, that's kind of cool. And then I added like the Left 4 Dead Witch, because holiday season or whatnot. So basically, when I added it, he got really angry about it and cursed me out. So I wake up this morning and he has sent me a wall of text talking about how I'm a piece of crap and I don't tell him anything. And I actually put it in the chat when you log into the server, like the welcome message telling you, hey, I added some stuff. This is for everybody, not just for him. But he felt betrayed, as if I had to tell him personally, right? But he had ghosted me for a couple days, and I think that's pretty stupid. We do have a small problem though, because this is basically the end of me dealing with Mantis. I did want Mantis to be a part of this YouTube thing that I'm trying to put together, but Mantis has proven himself a terrible partner to do anything with on YouTube. I say this because every time I've tried to bring him into the fold, he doesn't have the software to be able to pull off recording this stuff. Heck, I have to improve my stuff so I actually can get better frame rates, because this thing is recording super bad, like absolutely bad in this game. It's a little bit jumpy because I can see it now. But he seems to have a, how do I say this, a predilection for wanting to be in 100% control. So he wants to be the host, or he wants to host the server, but he doesn't have the capital to be able to host the server with this many mods. He has his own server, but like his server was redlining without people. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to incorporate him. He's still on the server. He played after I got off, or after he said he was never going to play on the server again. I imagine he went to playing a single player game and then got bored playing the single player game and then decided to jump back on. But I have since now blocked him on Discord, blocked his phone number, and I'm not going to conversate with him because he's constantly like saying really rotten shit to me. And then I just accept it. And I don't want to be stressed out. This is not even a game that I chose. He chose this game because it was a game that he liked, not a game that I liked, right? If I would have made all the choices, I would have went with 7 Days to Die. But he doesn't want to play 7 Days to Die because I played 7 Days to Die for years on the unfinished console version. Not even the new version, that version. He doesn't like the game only because I have a tangential understanding of how to play the game. And that's kind of a problem. Like a game that he would ultimately love being Elden Ring. He would absolutely love that game. We played a game called Two Worlds, where I spawn into the game as a fucking phantom, like a garbage character, and we play through that entire game. And that game is like garbage, but he thinks that Elden Ring and Souls games are like Devil May Cry. He thinks he could just dominate the game because he's such a gaming god that the game would be so non-challenging for him that he would just be bored with it. So he refuses to play like an Elden Ring or something like that. So here it is, we're in this impasse, right? I basically have to just play whatever nonsensical game he chooses that he wants to play, right? Last time there was some garbage game called Atomic something. I cannot remember exactly what it was called. It was something. Or Bionic. I can't remember what the game was called, but it was pretty bad. It looked like a PlayStation 2 game. And it like he got me to buy Ark Survival Ascendant for console because he thought it was a different Ark game that we could both learn and play together, but it's the same game but with the same mechanics. And I tried to tell him every game that's like Ark, I'm going to have an advantage over you because I understand the system. Then he tried to talk me into Rust, and I was like, I'm not playing Rust, right? He plays one day a week. That means that we're never going to play and do anything but, let's start over again. And then the next, let's start over again. I got him into DayZ, but he also didn't like it because his internet got cut off whenever we first started really getting into it. So here it is. I learned how to do a bunch of stuff, and I learned a bunch of things because I talked to people. I networked and learned some stuff, and he didn't like what I was doing because it was gamifying it. He just thought, oh no, we should naturally run into the stuff. I'm like, everybody's gamifying this game. So if you don't do it, you're at a disadvantage. But he doesn't listen to that. Also, I found out that he looked up a guide video today. You know how I know? You can see where he is on the map, and where he is on the map is like a really good spot because it has an automatic giant generator on the map. So he just moved all of his stuff there so he can move away from where I live. And then, I don't know. I have no idea what he's going to do, but we're no longer playing this game together. I really thought we'd have like a small little mini series where we actually do stuff in this game together, but oh boy, I guess we're definitely not going to do that, right? Oh my God. This is Fallout 76 all over again. I can only make like one assumption about things right now. So Fallout 76 gave me kind of all the information that I needed in gaming with him. He begged and pleaded for me to play Fallout 76 the same way he begged and pleaded for me to play this game. I hunkered down. I said, you know what? Forget it. And, you know, you're never going to be quiet about it. You're never going to play a game that I want to play. So what I did was I played the game, right? I paid money for it because I didn't get it through Game Pass. And then he disappears for 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks is a long time. I'm at level 158. He asked me to restart my character because it's stupid. I told him the game has no story. It really doesn't, right? It's just Fallout but multiplayer. That's it. No story beats. Just multiplayer. And he quit playing it because he wasn't enjoying that. And I realized that anytime I pull forward in a video game in him, he just shuts down and he doesn't like it. Baldur's Gate 3, we had the same situation. We could never, see eye to eye. I actually had a Baldur's Gate video that I was recording with him, and I recorded so much footage it almost bricked my computer. And then I put the video out on YouTube, nobody watched it. Fast forwarded it times 20 to fit it into a smaller format, and we didn't do anything. So, hey, that's it.